Hillary for just a wonderful, wonderful week. And Dave McNew, the chef, who has just been super wonderful to us all week. And of course, Cece Wisniewski, who's not here with us tonight, but has also been a terrific help and very present this week. Thank you all from Put-in-Bay. Yaakov. We couldn't get this done without our judges who came in from a long way away this weekend, specifically California. And we have Chief Judge Carol Robinson here. We have Rob and Andy Overton. And we have Russ Sabota. Terrific job, and thank you very much. We have our PROs, our professional race organizers. Head PRO Steve Harris. Not here, I don't think, is PRO Jamie Jones. And our PRO on the laser course, Jeff Endress, is here. Nice job. You know, they call me OA, Organizing Authority. I'm very comfortable with all of you here, all the kids. I'm very comfortable with the coaches. I know how to sail, but I don't know that side of racing. So it makes, and there is a responsibility for the OA in relationship to racing, but the judges and the PROs this week made it extremely easy for me to do the other job, the one that I'm good at and I enjoy most, which are things like Firewatch and things that other people don't really like. So I really enjoy that stuff. And so thank you very much for getting that done for me this week. So we have two professional coaches who I've come to admire in the 4 days that I've spent with them here. And I know that one of them who's been back a couple of times, you all admire, but I think they've both made a great impression on you this week, Tyler Coven and Atlantic Brugman. Thank you very much. Now, I know I told her this, but that 5-minute spiel that Atlantic gave this morning about keeping your boat upright, and if you did go over in the waves that we had today, how to get it back upright, I thought was an extraordinary 5 minutes, and I know you were all listening, but I learned something in that, and so that was just very terrific, Atlantic. Okay, so volunteers. I can't go through every volunteer. A lot of you are standing right back there, you parents. Terrific job this week. We ask a lot of you, from Firewatch to hauling boats out, launching boats, taking care of kids on land. You name it, there's just a lot of things that we do. But there are, and then every team has its own responsibility, right? You'll hear a couple of those tonight. So, and that's all parents who get that done. But there's three that made a difference. First of all, and she's not here, but Brooks Lomquist is the scorer. It is not easy to score these events. And you wouldn't believe what you have to go through to communicate accurately off the water to Brooks and her team and make sure that that scoring is done correctly. And then you throw in things like protests and other things, and she's at the root of all of that. And so that's an extraordinary thing. And she deserves a round of applause, even though maybe she's watching. So there is a way that this is supposed to be done, and COVID didn't do it quite right, but you're supposed to follow as a vice chair or assistant chair, or whatever you call it, the chair of this regatta the year before you take it over. That didn't happen. And so I was supposed to follow Todd and Heidi Tigas last year, this past year, They lucked out in some ways. But I felt like I was following them this year. And even though when you get here, it's a bit overwhelming, the things you thought you knew that you didn't know. And even tonight, my very neat notes on what I was going to say and do became that. Because I learned a lot in the last 15 minutes or so. But Todd and Heidi, you were terrific, and I very much appreciate it. And I'm not kidding here. I have an idea for a new Marvel superhero. It's called The Volunteer. And that person is Kathy Allen. She deserves all that applause and more. It is unbelievable. I would send an email, at 11 o'clock at night, asking a question or a text, By the time I got up at 6 o'clock in the morning, I had the response back. She watched my back the whole time. I could not have done this without you, and I really appreciate it. Before we move on, there's another group I want to recognize. And actually, there's two groups, and you're sitting. First of all, coaches. I asked a lot of you this year. You're normally not here tonight. I hope you've enjoyed it and are enjoying it. But we really relied on you differently. But the important thing is your teams rely on you. And I saw that today. We took, Colleen Mansueto, who's here as a parent, might be able to tell me the exact number, but I think it was upwards of 15 boats off early today. 12 to 15. And in some cases, it was important to get them off the water quickly. In other cases, people retiring, coaches. And then we had a more serious issue with a CYC kid yesterday afternoon. I know safety boats, mostly manned or captained by parents, but others. But you coaches did a terrific job in helping us yesterday and today, and helping your teams all week be the best that they can be. We have a very young group of competitors, and so you guys were critical this week, and I really appreciate participants. You got to say thank you to your coaches. Oh, I'm going to pick one coach out specifically, Dave Alvarado. Thanks for streaming. I think we had around 150 watching the skits the other night. You thought it was just 100, but you had another 150 watching. And I hope we have a lot of people watching tonight as well. Dave set this all up for us. Great job, Dave. And he's taking photos in a few minutes. On to the awards. So I'm going to ask past Commodore. I get to choose the order, so I'm going to do this first. I'm going to ask past Commodore of Jolly Roger, Tom Thanasu, to come up and talk to you a little bit about the ILYA Bay Week Under 25 Top Finisher.
All right. Hello, everybody. It doesn't end here. This is an opportunity for you guys under 25. Get together on a boat, borrow your dad's or whatever. He can be on board as just to keep an eye on everything. But this is a new trophy. It was first awarded last year. It's the Aaron Stang Trophy, or the Aaron Stang Trophy. And Aaron was a dominant Thistle sailor. He passed away a few years ago. So it's in his memory, we started this to try and keep you guys sailing, because we found that you guys, when you age out here, if you don't sail in college, there's a good chance you won't set foot on a boat till you're 30. So this is hopefully a little motivator to get together with your friends and get on a Thistle, Interlake, whatever. and try and win this, because you got till 25. So take advantage of it. Get together and make it a point to, stay together, guys. Don't take any of this for granted. So you have to put the action, and this is just a good reason to start.
The first award we're going to give out tonight, and I'd like to ask Matt and Tracy Davis and their family to come up for the Thanks for Caring Award. Oh, actually, and also can the IOYA Bridge come on up? When you get your award, come off to the side here and make sure we get a picture for the yearbook and stuff. If the bridge can come up over by the awards, thank you. Watch the quarter. That's the one that got me. Thanks.
Good evening. Welcome to our 65th annual IOA Junior Bay Regatta. I'm Tracy Davis, my husband Matt, our son Michael Davis, and our other son Matthew Davis. So back in 2009, Matt and I were talking and looking at this amazing regatta. I was fortunate enough to be able to sail as a junior also here, and looking at the volunteers and the people that are behind the scenes. And all of a sudden, one of our dear friends who was on race committee with us, or for me, I guess, when I sailed, her name was Kay Drake. And in 2009, it was our 35th year in a row volunteering on race committee. And we said, these are the people that make it happen. And fortunately, we were able to kind of look back, and over the years, we've been able to present this to many amazing people. A lot of them are still sitting here in this room. And everybody has donated over 20 years to IOA Junior Bay Week or longer. And so now we're going to kind of talk about this year's recipient.
Welcome, juniors, parents. I would like the 2019 recipient, Al and Marcia Ashley, to come up. Marcia, will you come up? And our 2014 recipient, Steve Harris. So the recipient this year had no idea. It took us a day and a half to track him down. And when we went to his establishment, Davis's, what do the juniors need? You got it. Eric, I need you to be here Wednesday night. Can't. I'm like, okay. So we started talking, and he was a 1981 junior sailor, and he has donated over 30 years of his time and the gifts for the kids. And the whole award's thank you for caring. As a winner of this trophy, the current and past Junior Bay Regatta chairs agree that you have gone above and beyond as a volunteer, your time, and your continued support. Your contributions are invaluable and much appreciated. Thank you for being a part of our team. And this year's recipient is Eric Booker. Mom, come up. You're sitting with us.
You didn't know that was happening.
No.
did you? No, I didn't. So if he can't be here, you're much better.
You are getting the trophy on behalf of your son, Eric.
Okay, thank you.
You seem right in front of us. And when you see Eric, tell him thank you.
Okay, moving into a couple of other, we're going to do the Commodore Theodore Farnsworth Memorial Trophy. The team ship shape is up next. And we have, it's the responsibility of Port Clinton to kind of work through the team ship shape and to make a recommendation to me of which team would win team ship shape. I knew right away from checking CYC that they were out. They didn't have a chance. I thought that all the teams, based on how well you did keeping your boat areas clean this week, and you heard from Mrs. Legore how well you did in cleaning up after yourselves, that it was going to be tough by judging from where you left your boat. You did a great job of I've seen that yard in other regattas, and you did a great job of keeping that clean. But the big criteria is, one, are the beds made every day? So a lot of you are out. How does the floor look? Can you see the floor? And are the items organized? So I actually saw, and they would come in while you were out sailing. You probably didn't even know they were there. But I saw the picture of the winner. And the beds were made. There wasn't a thing on the floor. Everything was stacked neatly. I don't even keep my room, and I'm pretty neat. I don't keep my room as neat as you did. And this team had a little help from a teammate from Sandusky, who was staying with one of the young ladies. But Port Clinton, come on up. You did a great job. Nice job.
Flip it around.
All right, let's make sure that the photography seals off.
Yeah, Bob wasn't very good.
Okay. I was trying to get you some better pictures.
All right, thank you. Nice job, guys. Oh, and an honorable mention on this is Buckeye Lake. You got an honorable Steve, you're actually coming up for the team sportsmanship, right?
Well, Brennan sportsmanship to do the job.
So, as background, before we get into the next three awards, there is a supporting organization for ILYA called the Yachtsman's Fund. And they are an extraordinary organization that supports the activity of the Interlake Yachting Association, particularly its junior programs. And they come up with a little over a 30-year budget every year, particularly for your housing and for your professional coaches, and as well as some other things. So When you think about this event, you can think about it as an ILYA event, but never forget that the supporting organization, the Yachtsman's Fund, is right there behind you and supporting you to be here today. And the next three awards are part of what they do. So I'd like to ask Steve Harris, PRO, Rear Commodore, and everything else to come on up and help us with these awards. So you can say the awards.
And president of the Yachtsman's Fund. So never feel like you wear too many hats. The Interlake Yachtsman's Fund's been around since 1919, I believe, and has supported the ILWA events for many, many years. Like Mike said, primarily junior activities. And the bulk of that financial support ends up going to Junior Bay Week, okay? A big chunk of the housing costs, the scholarships that go with the individual sportsmanship awards tonight, the scholarships that go to the winning sailors tomorrow afternoon in each of the fleets. We also support the Junior Power program. Junior Power is not as big as Junior Bay, so you guys end up getting the bulk of the benefit. In addition to that, if you wanted Area E's and you're going on to nationals, we've got a grant for that. We'll help you with your travel expenses. Yachtsmansfund.org, fill out the application, and we'll get that taken care of. If you are going to a large regatta outside of the area, depending on how far it is, we've got a grant for that. Go on to yachtsmansfund.org, go to grants, and fill out the application. If you are taking your level ones, if you're taking any of those type of trainings, if you're taking race officer training or judge training or any boating related training whatsoever, and you're going to be giving back to an ILYA club and giving back to a youth program, we've got a grant for that. Go online to yachtsmansfund.org, click on grants, and go down. Okay. We want to find ways to support youth boating, not just youth sailing, youth boating across the board any way that we can. Okay. We are completely donor membership driven. Parents, if you like what your kids get from ILYA, the support we give, go on and you want to click on the membership tab and go on there. A life membership is $500. You can pay it in $100 installments over 5 years. Okay, and I know a lot of our juniors over the years benefit far more than that from that. So I would recognize the other Yachtsman's Fund trustees that joined us this evening, but those that were here earlier in the week did not make it. However, our executive secretary, who does so much work and most importantly keeps me on task, Alan Ashley, is here. I didn't want to be the most introduced person, so let's give Al a round of applause.
Okay, we're going to start out with team sportsmanship. It's called the Put-in-Bay Yacht Club Trophy. If Marcia wants to come up. Yeah, the edge of the bridge would be great. So I made a change this year, and as I was told I was able to make changes. Then when I made changes, I was told I shouldn't be making changes, but in this one, I didn't relent. Sometimes I did, sometimes I didn't. This year, as competitors, as you know, you got one vote per team. So that the sportsmanship award, you had to actually think about it, as opposed to 20 of you from one club voting for your club and overwhelming the ballot box, okay? So this year, I decided, that each team gets one vote. And I felt that, and I think I mentioned to you earlier that if there was a tie, if you all voted for yourself, that I would break that tie based on what I had seen during the week. Well, it wasn't a tie. In fact, it was a pretty clear winner. And I would like Leather Lips to come up. You won the team sportsmanship. Nice job. So the next two awards come with a scholarship, and that's the male sportsman of the year and the female sportsman of the year. We did that traditionally, where you're voted on by your peers, and it's one vote per competitor. And it wasn't close in this year. The first one is the male sportsmanship award. It's the Ray Green Trophy, and I had a unique opportunity. Paul and I did. To become sponsors of that trophy this year. We decided to do it because of you guys. I have never enjoyed myself with the CY than I have this summer with the CYC group and with you this week. You are wonderful kids, and we're very proud to be able to sponsor this award going forward. And this year's winner, and again, it wasn't close. I'm not picking, we didn't start sponsoring this so we could pick CYC kids. But the winner this year is Robbie Mansueto.
You're too steep.
Skinny up. Oh, okay.
Way to go, Robbie.
So now we're going to move to the Commodore Art O'Hara Memorial Trophy for female sportsmanship. And here I would like Lady Peggy Weber and her daughter Linda to join us up here. The winner of this award, oh, and Robbie, I have your watch, sorry. You get a watch. The winner of this award gets the Commodore Henry Weber silver necklace. And again, this young lady from Erie Yacht Club, Emma Bella, is the winner this year. Oh, this is me. Yeah, you're all set. I need to grab one thing, sorry.
Keep an eye on it.
Okay, so we have more awards tomorrow. There's a couple of awards that are normally given tonight, particularly the Commodore Dwayne Burgoyne Family Perseverance Award. But we're going to get one more day here to have a look and see who will win that. The rest are sailing awards for tomorrow. So we got a little off track. This past year, as we all do during COVID, every year there is a junior council that is a group of individuals, volunteers, who take it upon themselves to help organize the junior programs for IOYA each summer. And to that council are elected, or it depends how we do it. We did it again a little differently this year, but are ultimately elected by their peers to be the junior representatives to that council. And we got off track this year because there was no election last summer, and because of circumstances, the group really didn't get to do what they normally do in helping all of us. And a couple of them graduated out, and we left the other three on for the year since we didn't elect anyone. This year, and then normally it's 5. And this year we had 5 nominees. And I'm not following the rules quite right. Steve Harris, who's been helpful to me all year, educating me and schooling me not only about sail racing, but also how IOYA works. Talked about it at length. An email went out. We talked to the junior council. And what we're going to do is take the 5 who qualify. And that means that you are part of racing for the rest of this year and next year. You're eligible to race here. So I would like to stand up. You don't need to come up. The IOYA delegates for the coming year. Mason Shaw. Chad Schaffner from Edgewater. Jeff Vanderhorst from Edgewater. Thomas Leower from Hoover. One of the things that we normally don't do, the other thing we normally don't do is have multiple reps from a single club. And you notice we have 2 from Hoover and we have 2 from Edgewater. But I think we were all in agreement who discussed it, that because you got nominated, you deserve to be here. I know from meeting all of you, I know all of you, that and seeing you work this week, you're going to make fabulous contributions. And I hope my replacement, will know who that is soon, I hope, will reach out to you and get all the benefit of your knowledge and experience to help this be an even better event next year. So with that, the awards portion is closed.
Mike, can I ask you something?
Yes, sir.
I just wanted to say, I'm a Power Motor Room movie. I watched all you guys, I'm not saying my name, because my son will kill me. But in honor of watching all the people get the boats in and out of the water, I was asked to help. My right knee's a little jacked up. My wife and I will do the $500 thing you mentioned. I'm not trying to grandstand, but I've learned if you're in a group, it's really good to get people together and get some of these to start grease the skids, as they say. And, you know, for the next 10 people that would sign up, I would donate another $50. I'm not trying to be a fancy guy, but this is one of the most amazing experiences in my 60 years of my life. To watch all you beautiful kids. I'm just trying to speak from my heart. I'm not trying to grandstand. You'll find me. I'll take care of it. But I hope everybody can try to throw something in. This is the most amazing experience I've had in the last 4 days. One of the best things in my life. And it's amazing what all you people do. I'm not that kind of guy. You volunteers just blow me away. And I know she's gonna kick my butt for doing it. I'm a Mentor guy, kind of adopted. They make fun of where I'm really from, but I also want to do it in honor of what Kathy's done for us, your volunteer. I just moved, and thank you, and I'm sorry, grandstand, but someone's got to try to help, and I want to help. And
Thank you.
very much.
I can tell you on behalf of Steve and the trustees of the Oddsman's Fund, they greatly appreciate it. And all of you that are interested to support that, get with Steve, because it truly is amazing. And you were there today with me pulling out the boats, and it is amazing. You can tell by my voice how it cracks more often than it should. How great this organization is, but how great the junior programs across this region and represented by the 14 clubs is. And it's very, very moving. So I understand where you're coming from, and thank you again. So here's where we are. The bad news. We have to clean up after ourselves. We have a lot of volunteers that came over. They're the ones that are feeding you. And I get to the club every morning before I go to Fire Watch and meet the night guard. I get to the club by 5:30 each morning. They actually gave me a key, which I have to get back tomorrow. They are, these volunteers are on it before 5:30 in the morning to feed you. They actually came over here tonight to help clean up after you. I told them they didn't have to. Let's show them that they don't have to do much here. Please, everything can be put in the trash. Please clean up. I will be coming back to do a fire watch tonight, and I will meet you all back at the hotel. Congratulations to all of you for a great regatta.
Guys, we all know how hard this job is. Those of us that have done it before, those of us that tried to do it before, and couldn't do it. But let's give Mike Fitzgibbons a big.
You got your watch. Did you see the history? You know what it takes.
Congrats.
Congrats.
Good job, buddy. You're the man. You did a great guy. Great guy. I already got I'll take care of it. That's awesome. You did a great job. You're a really good speaker too.
Hey, Marcia, is the long one ours too?
Yeah. That's gotta come too.
Hey, Tommy, wait, we need to take that tablecloth off. Yeah. Is our table too?
No, I don't think so. Those were here when we started, no. Yeah, that one is ours. That's it. The white one's ours.
See, I gotta get a rock out.
Shoot me an email. So we need. So whatever. Shoot me an email, Mike, when you get.
Yeah, I had it set up.
I already told Steve.
Yeah, we'll get maybe some out of the way, but we're good with this.
Brings it on Friday, picks it up on Monday, it's $100.
Okay, we want to talk to that.
Front
So
seats.
my check, there's enough money in the power program, there's a $100 budget. Just use it out.
Oh, okay. You did get the check for the and my brunch thing was in there.
I got all that,
Thought I'd say the stamp. So,
that worked out fine. You know, from now on, that check just goes to church.
yeah, it was very unclear. They sent the contract to the agencies and there was an address on there. So that's why Bob sent it there.
That's the first time we've ever had to do that way.
More too.
Now I've got a section. I've got- Oh, yeah. You're killing me, you guys.
He's no longer here, take the bike, he's here.
So I put.
Oh, he's not?
I said, if I can get this, just.
Well, in some ways it's probably easier to deal with.
I can't.
Yeah, take picture. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thanks for the insight.
I've got to ship my
I need a
leads.
ride.
We never know.
Down to the pavilion.
Right.
We hope we are.
Great job.
That was fast.
I gotta take the.
Commercial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I may not be. I think I'll take a look at your back.
Is this your tripod?
My tripod, my computer, my webcam, all that. Hold on one second. Hold on, don't play it. Don't play it. We gotta pay the white camera. And the stream and then,
Oh, yeah, that too.